stuck on you. Got this feeling deep down in my soul that I just can't lose. Yes, I'm on my way. All right. Everybody come on in, pull up a chair, pop a squat. It's the old dirty cupcake. And it's time for another episode of Sunday Scaries with ODC. We're gonna jump straight into it. My suggestion for y'all's lovely Sunday from 2025 is the film Together, directed by Michael Shanks. This film had a lot of trailers. I tried to avoid most of them, didn't really watch a lot of them. I got the gist of it. We got Franco, and we got Allison, Brie. They play Tim and Millie. They're this cute little couple that move in together because Millie gets a job as an elementary school teacher, and Tim is an aspiring musician. And as they make this move in life together, they want to take that next step together, but you start getting the feeling and you start noticing that the relationship between these two is at a breaking point. It's at a crossroads. They're at an impasse with each other, and it's time to shit or get off the pot with a lot of things. So Millie proposes to Tim. Tim reluctantly, weirdly says yes because he thinks she's joking, because she's kneeling down there with nothing. She's just like, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, to save face in front of all of her friends and all these people that they mutually know, he says yes. And you start getting this feeling that they kind of go along with things for each other because they don't want to hurt the other's feelings. And they're in this toxic, codependent relationship where they've been together so long that everybody else sees that it's time for them to part ways, but they are just codependent to a point to where it is just nauseously toxic. So in order to try to save this relationship and keep things going in a positive direction, they go on a little hiking trip. And the little hiking trip is where things start to take a turn, because Tim falls in this hole, and as Millie's trying to save him, they both topple down into this nasty looking cave. And as you look around in this cave and you explore it with them, you see that there's this well with lots of roots growing out of it. You see that there's this big fucking bell with this weird symbol on it. And you start thinking, wait a minute, I've been seeing these bells with these weird symbols all over them a couple times in this film. And it looks like a temple of sorts that's just kind of run down or caved in. And you're like, okay, this temple can't really have anything to do with anything. So they stay in it overnight in order to survive and to clean their wounds. They use some of this water from this well that has all these weird fucking roots growing out of it. And that's where things take a turn. Because Tim, after they get out, starts to find himself strangely drawn to her. And not just drawn to her like he's thinking with his dick, but drawn to her as if he cannot live without her. As if he wants to be symbiotic with her. And as she leaves the house, there's a weird shower scene where he is just like in a trance-like state, being drawn in whatever direction she's going, and you start understanding that, holy shit, there is a supernatural element to this film, and something even weirder and larger is at stake and at play here. And you meet this character played by Damon Harriman named Jamie. He's a neighbor, and he also works with Millie at the school as a teacher. And there's something really off about him. You can't really place it, but when they visit him at his house as like a welcome to the neighborhood kind of thing, they notice these symbols. They notice he's into this weird cult that believes people search for their partner and they can eventually become symbiotic and live as one. And it's this weird cult thing, you know, he's just this weird guy. Whatever, you don't really think anything of it, so they go back about their lives. And this feeling that they're drawn together becomes even more powerful. And I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't seen it yet, but yes, this is a body horror film, and this is a toxic couple body horror film. Before you go any further with this, spoilers. He starts having nightmares and weird dreams. They keep falling asleep and getting stuck together. She wakes up and he's like got miles of her hair in his fucking throat, just swallowing it. And you realize that holy shit, there is something to this weird fucking cult. There is something to this weird fucking cult that Jamie was talking about. And we don't know what type of supernatural this is. Is this demonic? what the fuck is going on, because Millie was doubting it up until this point, and it gets to a point where she realizes what's going on, and they snort a bunch of fucking muscle relaxers. And after that, holy fuck, this movie goes fucking ape shit. I enjoyed it. I love the body horror in this film. I found it to be kind of funny in most parts. And also, the song at the beginning was a Lionel Richie song that I really enjoy that I thought would have been great for this. It's called Stuck on You. But man, they did exactly what I play in my head whenever I hear Spice Girls 2 Become One. It's never anything sexy that I see. The scene that this movie plays in is exactly what plays in my head when I hear that Spice Girls song. So if you haven't seen this movie and you want just a really weird fucking fun ride, check out Together. My only down is the very last scene. And I get what they were going for, but I would have rather seen something a little more gory and body horror than what we got. Because it ends rather, well, that's it? Well, holy shit, that was cool as fuck up until that fucking point. And like I said, the ending, and it's just the very last scene. Overall, I give this movie an 8. I really enjoyed it. But when I consider that very last scene, I'm like, it's like a 7.8. 7.8, 7.9. I still enjoyed it. I can't suggest it anymore. This was a lot of fun. Dave Franco's weird kind of humor's in there. This movie has a little bit more weird humor than you would think, considering the subject matter of the film. Check this one out. Y'all have a lovely Sunday, and I'll be back soon with another one. Bye.